On a hot night in 2002, a murder took place in this Philippines apartment. The victim was a British businessman. His death would transform the life of his mother.
Only a mother will know what it feels like to lose a child. There's part of your soul that just goes out like that, and it's just filled with pain. And it eats away at you all the time.
Stephen is the best man in my life.
This is the woman Margaret believes murdered her son. She's Stephen's widow, Evelyn.
He loved you. I loved you. He loved you. Your children loved you. And look what's happened.
I don't know anything, Stephen.
All right. People of the Philippines versus Evelyn Davis.
Evelyn is on trial in Manila. She's always protested her innocence, but her mother-in-law has spent 2 years fighting to get her in the dock.
A life sentence is enough for me, I think. Death's too good. I've had my arms around this girl. I've cherished her, but she took my son. And she destroyed everything that was good in this world.
So, Evelyn, did you kill Stephen?
No, he was my perfect husband with me. I have my 2 kids, and he 6 years and a half, he was the best man I ever had.
He's a man.
He was just a funny guy, very different. Funny meaning humorous. He would tell really bad jokes, but then his grin or his smirk would make it funny.
Didn't want her to fly, wouldn't hurt anybody. And that's how he came over. He was so gentle.
Stephen grew up with 2 younger sisters in Nottingham. Things changed when his dad died. Stephen was just 14.
He was quite a playful brother, and then when my dad had his accident and died, he became more of a bigger, more of a responsible brother.
He just wanted to look after me and look after the girls. It became easier, actually, when Alan and I started seeing each other. And then Alan started to take Stephen on the male role, because I felt that Stephen had missed out quite a lot with trying to be such a good boy for me.
We just clicked, really, which was really nice, because previous to that, life had been pretty tough for Stephen. I can remember thinking I wished he'd have got out a little more and partied and stuff, which he didn't tend to do, did he? He was so taken with his computer, and that's what he was going to do with his life.
While Stephen was getting his first job working in computers in Nottingham, his future bride, Evelyn, was growing up on the other side of the world. Daram Samar is a remote island in the Philippines. You can only reach it by boat. There's no running water, electricity, or sanitation.
She was a very good girl. She was very well behaved when she was young. She spent most of her time in the house. And when her father was ill, she did the washing and helped make mats to sell. She was very talkative, even when she was small. And when she was asked, "What job do you want when you grow up?" she'd say, "Oh, I want to be a bar girl so I can marry an American."
When Stephen was 21, he was offered an exciting job abroad. A computer company promised to triple his salary if he left Nottingham to work in Hong Kong.
I'd encouraged him so much because I felt that Stephen was very skilled, very intelligent, and could do an awful lot with his life.
He was a bit innocent. I think he grew up very close to his mother. That might not have been the best thing. He hasn't been on his own a long time. And I don't think Steve saw evil around him.
Stephen took up a new hobby. He joined a flying club in Angeles City in the Philippines. Just 2 hours from Hong Kong, it's where many professionals come to party. He found himself surrounded by pretty women.
Women liked him. He was very cute. You know, he's a big guy with blonde hair, you know, very white face, smirk, good sense of humor. He made them laugh, and women were attracted to him.
Like Stephen, Evelyn decided to leave home for new opportunities. But she was only 13.
I cried when she started working because she was very young. She said she had to work because we were very poor.
It's a 2-day journey by boat and bus to Angeles City. It's where many young girls like Evelyn come for work. Angeles is known as the sex capital of the Philippines. The bars here are the best opportunity for girls from the villages to earn money to send back to their families. They often lie about their age to get a job. In some of the bars, not this one, girls are as young as 12. They earn £1 a night for dancing, up to £5 if they have sex with a customer. There is a premium rate for virgins. They're known as cherry girls. The bar owner keeps a watchful eye. He takes the lion's share of what clients pay.
She was kind of embarrassed with what she was doing. She said she was forced into it. So she would use drugs to help her cope with the situation.
The only way out for these girls is to get a wealthy boyfriend. Evelyn was one of the lucky ones. Her dream of being rescued by a rich man was about to come true.
He said that he'd met this girl and that she was in one of the bars. I was naive at the time. I didn't know what I mean about the bars. You just think the pub, you know. And he was quite smitten with her.
Stephen fell for Evelyn the moment he saw her. He took her out for the night, then paid the bar owner £500 so she'd never have to return.
All right. Say hello.
She said that Steve was kind and he was handsome and he wasn't old. He was young, like her. And also, she said that he had plenty of money.
Good morning.
Good morning, Daddy.
Were you shocked when you discovered that he'd bought a prostitute for the night?
I was disappointed. Very disappointed. But you have to be there to understand it. Some of these girls I could have took home with me. They're really not sexually, obviously. As a mum, they're so pretty, so attractive, and they don't deserve to do what they're doing.
He says if you can rescue just one girl from the bar life, he says that's what I've done. I've rescued her from that life.
What are you doing with me? Sit up. It's enough.
maintindihan yung trabaho namin. Trabaho namin po ng ano. Ano po natin yun? Bakit lang?
Evelyn Davis is on trial in the Philippines for murdering her British husband, Stephen. She claims she is innocent.
If I'm thinking with him now, all I can know is why he's so nice. He's so nice.
It was on a visit to Hong Kong that Margaret met her son's new girlfriend for the first time.
Hiya.
Evelyn was just 17, Stephen was 10 years older.
Just keeping your hands warm. Very honest.
You could see why he fell for her. She was quiet, she was polite. She was just totally acceptable.
Stephen arranged a special surprise for them.
No, near your right hand.
I reckon. Oh, yeah.
I'm convinced he only did it because he wanted to share part of his life with us. And he bought her a beautiful suit. I think he paid something like £500 for this little white suit. She looked lovely.
I don't forget that day. It was, of course, we was like nervous, you know, a little bit, and yeah, we was very happy.
The ceremony was held up because Evelyn couldn't read the vows. She'd never been to school.
I just asked him if he knew what he was doing. There's a lot of stories about Western men marrying bar girls in the first place, and then marrying somebody so young and from such a poor environment. I thought there was some questionable judgment on his part.
I feel that he was feeling fairly safe in that relationship with Evelyn because he was the provider.
Yeah, he held the purse strings.
Yeah, and he must have felt that she wouldn't dump him because without him, Evelyn wouldn't have had anything.
Margaret and Alan were flattered to be invited on Stephen and Evelyn's honeymoon. They went to the tropical island of Puerto Galera. Margaret was worried by what she saw.
He loved her with everything he got.
She didn't reciprocate that love though, did she?
No. We'd be walking down the road. Alan still holds my hand when we go down the road. And Stephen would try to hold Evelyn's, but she'd put her shoulder away. There's little things that mums notice sometimes.
And Stephen tell me, my mother-in-law, she doesn't want me to get married with him. Stephen said, Evelyn, I love her, and she's the one that's gonna be mother of my kids.
Stephen's hopes came true. First, Jessica was born. Then 2 years later, Joshua. The family moved from Hong Kong to Angeles City. It's where Evelyn had worked as a bar girl, earning £1 a night. Now, she was in a different world.